I'm Jill Foster here with tips and techniques using the Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft products. And today I'll be featuring a technique, a Gesso Resist technique, using gesso with my stamping. But I'm also going to mix and match for a mixed media look on my card, as you can see there, using lots of other products from the Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft line, as they're meant to be mixed and matched together. So to start off, I'm going to do the Gesso Resist technique, and I'm going to apply the gesso to my stamp. I put some on my craft sheet. I'm going to roll my brayer in it and brayer it onto my stamp. By brayering it on, I get a nice even application. I am working fairly quickly as I want to get this stamped before the gesso dries on my stamp. So I'm going to lay my cardstock directly onto my stamp, hold with one hand and rub with the other. I want to make sure I get a nice application there. And I'll just peel that up and let it dry and then clean my stamp off right away. So you can see there just a little bit where that has dried. Now I'm going to add my double scoop gelatos onto the background. I'm using a few of my favorite colors here. I'm starting with raspberry. I'm just kind of coloring that onto where the main blossoms of the flowers are. I'm now adding bubble gum around to the background. I know it doesn't look like much yet, but we will get there. And then also a bit of red cherry on top of the bubble gum, and that gets a nice magenta color. Now I'm going to use a baby wipe, and I'm going to just blend in those colors. So I started there with the raspberry, and now I'm moving into the bubble gum and the red cherry. You can start to see that stamp design showing up even more. Now this is just a another not quite as wet baby wipe that I'm just wiping off on the areas where the gesso is, and this is where you get that resist. So where the gesso was stamped, it will resist most of the gelato, and on the rest of the paper that will absorb in. Now I wanted to add on a few of these blossoms even more definition, so I'm grabbing now my Art Grip color pencils. You will see with mixing and matching here that the color that I'm using with the Art Grip color pencils really matches up nicely with the color of the gelato. So I'm just coloring in that portion of the stamped image, and I'll just do that on a few of the other blossoms. I'm going to go in and add some shading using another Art Grip color pencil, just coloring that on top. And I'll follow that same technique on the other blossoms that I chose to color. And you can see I added a little orange there in the background. Now I'm going to take a penny black stamp and I'm going to color it with a Stamper's Big Brush pen. And again, that purple matches beautifully with the purple we've used in the gelatos as well as the Art Grip color pencils. I'm just randomly stamping this onto the background. I don't want to cover the complete card. And you can see there once that dries that India ink is permanent. I'm adding some gelato on top. And that's what I really love about mixed media is that you can just keep playing around, adding more layers and adding more layers until you're completely happy with the look. So now I'm bringing in a nice warm color with the mango double scoop gelato. I wanted to lighten up a little bit of that gelato color. Again, that gesso continues to resist, so when I add the wetness of the baby wipe, I can blend that in and remove some of the gelato color. Add more as needed. Now as a final step, I'm going to take the red cherry gelato color on my acrylic block, just add water to make a paint, and splatter that onto the background. I got a little bit more than I wanted, and I just quickly grabbed that up with a baby wipe. And here's a look at all of those mixed and matched layers onto that card. And I added some butterflies and a sentiment to embellish the card. Thanks so much for watching. I've got a complete list of supplies listed down below in the description of the video. And for more ideas and inspiration, be sure to visit the Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft blog.